Trundle is a hulking and devious troll with a particularly vicious streak, and there is nothing he cannot bludgeon into submission, not even the Freljord itself. Fiercely territorial, he chases down anyone foolish enough to enter his domain. Then his massive club of true ice at the ready. He chills his enemy to the bone and impales them with jagged frozen pillars, laughing as they bleed out into the tundra. Greetings, my lord, and welcome to a gentleman's guide to the not-so-off meta. This time we're going to be talking about Jungle Trundle. Well, Jungle Trundle is sort of an off-meta pick. He used to be a top laner before, but apparently people found out he's actually pretty good at jungling because of his kit, and his gank potential is actually pretty decent. So far, Trundle is a bruiser tank, meaning he hits hard, he hits melee, and once he gets on you, it's hard to get him off. First of all, let's go on after his skills. First off is his passive is King's Tribute. When an enemy unit dies near Trundle, he heals for a % of his maximum. So similar to Cho'Gath, with his passive, Trundle also heals when something dies near him. But instead of Cho'Gath's passive only heals him when he kills an enemy. But with Trundle, whenever something dies near him, there's a certain radius, of course. But when a creature dies near him, he heals. So whenever you're in lane or in jungle, whenever you gank someone, when they kill the minions, and you don't, even if you don't hit them, the minions itself, you still heal for a percentage of it. It's a small percent, but if there's a lot of small minions, it can heal for a lot. Not sure with the percentages, but I'm pretty sure it's high. It's good for sustaining in the jungle, especially. You can heal a lot from something like the raptors or like the krugs on your bot side or top side of the map, depending on which team you're on. It's the top side, and on the blue team it's on the bottom side. This can be quite useful, but still keep in mind that Krugs and Raptors are difficult to deal with early game, especially if you're level 1 or level 2. I do not recommend doing them since they hit a lot and you don't deal that much damage, since Trundle does not have many good AoE options. Next up is his Q, Chomp. Motherfucker literally chomps someone's head. When he does this, his next auto attack is empowered, and it gives him a very marginally sized buff to his auto attacks for a short duration of time. And it also slows them, which is pretty nice when you're chasing someone down. This can be really noticeable whenever you're dueling somebody 1v1 style and you just chomp them. Next thing you know, your auto attacks deal like 5 to 10% their whole HP bar, especially in the early game. It is very much noticeable. This is why Trundle is a very good duelist, because he deals a lot with his hits and he's very tanky with his base stats, since he is a bruiser. And in jungling, it's also really good since you can solo a buff, since most of the time you solo either red buff or blue buff when you start in jungle. You can solo the blue buff without even losing half your HP because of Chomp, dealing like an absurd amount of damage and empowering your autos. The Chomp buff lasts for like 4 seconds and your autos base cooldown is 3, so it pretty much makes sure that you have the Chomp buff active at all times whenever you use your Q. Yeah. And that will be it for today's video. Thank you again for listening, and I'll see you the next one. Bye bye.